Calculation parameters for railway and highway. In addition to title, description, and owner, it is necessary to define the set of parameters for calculation. WW-Calc provides some standards as a basis for you to create your own. Create a standard, define the dollar conversion rate to the chosen currency. You can change the name, copy, delete, or edit your standard. The parameters are divided into groups: CAPEX, constraints, alignment and curves, platform, and earthworks. Changes will only be saved to the standard after clicking the Save button on the right side of the top menu. Save as many times as necessary. In the CAPEX group, you define the unit price and the risk of each service. The risk percentage will be added to the respective cost in all calculations. In the constraints group, you define penalties and mainly prohibitions on passing through indigenous areas, nature reserves, national parks, among others. The higher the defined penalty, the lower the chance of passing through the area. Note that the unit is square meter. In the alignment and curves group, define the maximum gradients. The gradient in the main direction starts at the initial point and goes towards the final point. The maximum gradient in the opposite direction is from the final point to the initial point. The longer the vertical curve length, the fewer occurrences in the alternatives. Choose between metric, mixed, and broad gauge. Choose the rail model. Each model has its density, lower, upper, and predefined height. Define the operating speed and safety coefficient. Define the speed coefficient for calculating superelevation. Define the minimum radius and all curves you want to use in the horizontal geometry of the railway. Enter spiral lengths or 0 if it is a circular curve without transition. Apply penalties to smaller radius curves so that they are only used when necessary. The superelevation of each curve is calculated automatically. Include, delete, and edit lines from the curve table as needed. In the platform group, define the number of tracks. The acquisition width is used to calculate the expropriation area. If the embankment offset and free margin together exceed the expropriation width at any station, the acquisition width will be greater than the defined one. The average embankment width is used to define the average length of cattle crossings and rural transpositions. Adjust ballast, sub-ballast, and transportation distances. Detail the dimensions and spacing between sleepers. Define the maximum height of bridge headers and the maximum height of embankments. Above this height, the embankment is replaced by a bridge. Bridges taller than the maximum height will be avoided but may exist in extreme cases. The tunnel follows the same logic as the bridge, but there is no height limit. In the earthworks group, define the height for land clearing, bulking factors, and average transportation distances. Borrow and spoil DMT will be fixed in this calculation S. Define slope and bench information for cut and fill. In the cut, the amount of material of second and third categories is defined as a percentage. Adjust rates according to the soil type of the region. In the highway parameters, the groups that change are alignment and curves, and platform. In the alignment and curves group, for calculating superelevation, simply choose the operating speed. Choose the minimum radius in the classes and regions table. In the platform group, define the number of lanes in each direction, choose whether there will be a central barrier, and what type of central and side barrier. Define the width of lanes, shoulders, and central median, thickness of subbase, base layers, and pavement layers. Now that you have configured your new standard, save the modifications and perform your railway and highway calculations. If you have any questions, just watch the other videos or get in touch with us. We wish you successful calculations.